let us see another property, which is surface tension. First, let us see the definition. Surface tension. This surface tension is defined as resisting force per unit length. Resisting force per unit length. Resisting force per unit length. Or it can also be defined as resisting energy per unit area. Resisting energy per unit area. So surface tension is observed when there is a liquid and gas interface. Let us take an example. This is the surface separating. Let us say here there is air and here there is some liquid. Now if we consider a particle inside the liquid, this particle is attracted by adjacent particles with same magnitude in all directions. Let us say this is the effective area of forces. If we consider this same particle on the surface, there will be force of attraction only in these directions, and there will be no force of attraction on this side. There will be no force of attraction on this side. Here these are cohesive forces. These all are cohesive forces. But here this is adhesive one, because it is different attraction between different substances is called adhesive forces. Here the dominating forces are cohesive forces, and we neglect this adhesive forces. So here there is unbalanced forces. So if we consider a 3D figure of this, there will be particles like this. If we consider this particle, there will be forces like this. And if we join all these forces, all these particles, there will be a line formed, and forces will be acting like this. Let us say this force is F, and let us take length of this line as L. And what is surface tension? Surface tension is represented with sigma, which is equal to this force F divided by length, which gives us force per unit length. And it can also be represented as energy per unit area. The surface tension is a property of fluid, is a property of a liquid with a particular gas. For example, water and air has certain surface tension, let us say sigma 1. Water and let us say oxygen has sigma 2. So different pairs have different surface tensions, and this is mainly, surface tension is mainly due to cohesive forces. If cohesive forces or cohesion increases, surface tension increases. So as temperature increases, this cohesion decreases, because the molecules move farther from each other, so cohesion decreases, so that sigma also decreases. So as temperature increases, surface tension decreases. We observe that if we put a water droplet on our hand, this will form as a spherical layer, spherical shaped. So this is due to surface tension. And there are some relations. For example, say there is a water bubble. What is meant by bubble? Sorry, let us say first there is a droplet, water droplet. Droplet means there will be total liquid in the sphere, and there is outside there is some gas, let us say air. Here the pressure is P1, and inside the droplet the pressure is P2. the difference of pressure is equal to P2 minus P1. In order to find the difference of pressure, the surface tension can be used. Delta P is equal to, let us derive this. If we cut this along this section, so there will be surface tension on the surface. So what will be the surface tension? Sigma is equal to force by length. So here what is the force? Force is equal to sigma into L. Here what is L? L is this total perimeter. So sigma into perimeter is pi d, where d is the diameter. And this is the surface tension force that is resisting. And there will be force due to that pressure difference. That force is delta P into pi by 4 d square. So the resisting, the area on which this pressure difference is acting is the projected area of this circle. So if we equate this both, sigma into pi d is equal to delta P into pi by 4 d square. We get d gets cancelled, and pi, and 4 sigma by d is equal to delta P. So we get delta P is equal to 4 sigma by d for a liquid droplet. And next let us see for soap bubble. So what is soap bubble? There will be two surfaces in soap bubble. There is some air inside the bubble, and outside the bubble there is air. So if we cut this section here, there will be forces on both sides, on both surfaces. Surface tension, these are surface tension forces. And also there will be pressure force. So here delta P is equal to, there are two surface tension forces, so 4 sigma by d into 2, which gives us 8 sigma by d, where d is this diameter. And next let us see liquid jet. In liquid jet, if we cut the section in a horizontal plane, this liquid jet looks like this, and there will be surface tension forces that are resisting the pressure difference will be in this direction, and there will be the pressure difference, force due to pressure difference, which will be acting in this way. And here it will be sigma into L, and also this pressure delta P into d into L. Here d is this diameter. D into L is the projected area. And if we equate this, here also there will be sigma into L. 2 into sigma into L is equal to delta P into D into L. Here we have taken 2 because there are two surface tension forces, so 2 into sigma into L. So delta P is equal to L and gets cancelled, and the remaining is 2 sigma by D. And also there are some important points that are needed to be remembered. The surface tension is measured by tensiometer, or it can also be measured by stalagmometer. And the units of surface tension are, that is force by length, which means Newton per meter is the units of surface tension. And also, as temperature, we have seen that temperature increases, cohesion decreases due to further movement of molecules. So as coefficient decreases, surface tension also decreases. And also at critical point. What is critical point? There is no liquid state, directly solid converts to gaseous. At critical point, as there is no liquid gas interface, there will be sigma is equal to 0 at critical point. These are the points that are needed to be remembered, and this is for surface tension.